Good morning, brothers and sisters. Hope everyone's well. Love, light and blessings to you all on this wonderful Wednesday. Praise the Lord. I just wanted to come on and clear one or two things up. You know, this is the last time I'm going to have or feel the need to mention Brett May on my channel. Now, I've already spent far too much time and energy on this individual, but, you know, what can I say? The content's been kind of worth it financially, but, you know, it stole a little bit of my peace for a day or two the other week there. Now, there is no fight between me and Brett May. You know, I sent something, and I just seen the title, and it said, was it the 31st of July or June, did it say? I can't remember. But it doesn't matter if it's the 27th of Jalemba. You know, the fight's not going to happen. Nothing's been agreed by me. When the fight got pulled by Stefan, I thought, right, that's it now. I can just leave this dosser where he is, and, you know, I can concentrate on my return to the BKFC and go out there and finish my contract in the summer. But as you all well know, I ended up making the trip down to Doncaster because he crossed the line, you know, and I know some people have different tolerances and some people can take certain things online, and, you know, it is what it is. Everybody's different. But, you know, when Brett May crossed the line and started talking about my fiancée, like saying some of the vulgar, disgusting things that he was saying about her, like completely unnecessarily, just vile things he was saying, you know, I took it upon myself to take the trip down, and I thought we're definitely going to get an encounter with this man because he's, you know, he's a gangster and he's a bad man. And I don't really know anybody. In fact, this plonker is the only person I've ever came across that would be willing to show his face online, say some of the things that he said about the woman that I love, and then hide when I got down there. You know, like talk about the hide-and-seek champion of Doncaster. Like, the only gangster I've ever known that needed to put himself in front of a camera so he felt safe. Like, you know, I won't go back to jail for nobody. Like, if I'd have ended up getting banged up and jailed down there in Doncaster, like, I could have handled it. I'm a big man. I made my own decision. I went down there, and don't for a minute think I wasn't prepared. You know, I never went down there for a laugh and a joke. I went down there to get my hands on him. And, you know, as soon as I realised he wasn't about that life, and as soon as I realised that he had been found out and he wasn't a serious man, you know, I kind of got a bit deflated. I thought, you know, it's a bit like, you know, picking on someone with special needs almost. Like, he know not what he do, you know, like he really is that stupid. But it was a matter of time, you know, before this man got found out, you know, the bad man, the gangster, and all this online persona that he had. You know, I'm glad it's come to an end. You know, and I heard something the other day, you know, saying it's now the Decker-Eggy effect, you know, and that's exactly what it is, you know, and people no longer come on to listen to the bad man. You know, people come on to laugh at the circus, you know, the divvy, the walking, talking contradiction that is Brett May. You know, you know, for a while after that, when I come back from Doncaster, I thought, this man's actually mentally ill. You know, I thought, he's not well. You know, like, he's just not well. But then, you know, thinking about it and looking back on it, you know, he's just a melt. You know, I'm not a doctor, of course, you know, and this isn't, you know, an official examination and analysis. But, you know, in my opinion, you know, all the people I've met, Brett May is an inadequate male. You know, he's inadequate. He's got a tiny little 2-inch thumper from Kuala Lumpur, which can't be nice. You know, I mean, that can't be nice. But, you know, he can't protect, he can't provide for his own. You know, he can't fight. You know, he's just a big joke. But he's so desperate for validation, you know, and his inadequacies seep through into his words, actions and behaviour. And you end up getting this persona online that is, you know, the second or third hardest man in the world, fight anybody, absolute bad man gangster, doesn't care for nothing or nobody, when really, you know, he's just a scared little boy inside, desperate for validation. and that's what I see, and that's what I really see. I'm not saying that to insult anybody, even though it's probably not going to be nice on his ears. That is what I actually see when I look at him. A scared little boy inside that can't meet his inadequacies as a male. He can't fulfill his role, his masculine role. He just can't do it. He hasn't got the balls or the guts or the gumption to be a real man. So he's got to come online and pretend that he's something that he's not. And he's been found out. He's been found out, and that's that. It was a matter of time, really, before he got found out, especially taking somebody like me on. And I'm not saying like I'm this world-class fighter and I'm this and I'm that, but I have got balls and I am game. And if somebody crosses the line or somebody gives me a reason, I'll turn up and fight them, because it's the only way I know how to deal with it, and I get that's not what real men do. I get that and I understand that. I accept it, but I've got a scared little boy inside, and that's my ego. It's probably not what a lot of these real fighters, people who have got actual balls, not tic-tac balls like Brett May, actual stones, they don't talk about, that there's a scared little boy on the inside. And this stuff that we do, fighting for me is easy. Fighting for me is dead easy. It's life that's hard. When you've got a loved one who's taken ill, or you've got a circumstance or a situation, a horrendous happening in your life, I wish I could just go out on the front with it and fight it. Whatever the problem is, I wish I could just fight that problem and it would go away. If someone said to me, your friend doesn't have to have cancer, you've just got to go on the front and fight the hardest man in the world and it'll all go away. Oh, I'd be fighting every day, every minute, because it's the only thing I know really what to do. It's the only way I know how to handle things. And I know that's not the correct way, right? But it's all I know, and look, and I made a bit of a mistake assuming that Brett May was a man of his word. I thought he was a real man with real balls and real guts. And I got that wrong. I got it wrong. And like I say, I don't think he's mentally ill anymore. I think he's just a spineless coward, with deep-seated inadequacies as a male. Tiny pecker, can't fight, can't protect and can't provide. That's got to leave a void somewhere. And probably the only way to fill that void is to spout all the stuff he spouts and, get his online validation off faceless people, and that was a laugh, because when I was listening to him, I haven't listened to him for weeks since I come back from Doncaster. The only thing I've seen is titles in videos, May versus Christie on the 31st of Jalemba or whenever it was. It's not going to happen. I'm not fighting him anywhere. I'm not giving him any more time or day. He's had more clout off my good fighting name than he's ever been worth. And he'll still continue to get that clout. But now it's like, the Decker effect. People come on to listen to his drivel. People come on to laugh at him and poke fun at him. And he's done it all to himself. He's not a man to be taken seriously, as we all know. But I can't listen to him personally anymore, because it doesn't matter if I'm looking at him on screen or if I'm listening to him or what, even like reading a message what he sent us. Like, I can feel the simple just oozing out of him. He's it is what it is with him. What we're in 9 minutes now, 9 minutes, that's another 9 minutes of my time that he's got. But I just wanted to confirm to everybody that the fight between me and Brett May is not happening on an official platform. Right, he's already had enough money in content and clout out of my good fighting name. He's not a real fighting man. He's not the real deal, as we know. But only time will tell what's in store for Brett May. And if he ever manages to locate his tic-tac-sized balls and really wants to go with me, like a real pagger, pointless saying this because it'll never happen, but I'm very easy to find. I'm even easier to contact. Just tell me when, tell me where, and I'll turn up. And boy, will I give it to you, Brett May. But Apart from that, there isn't any fight. There isn't nothing happening in the background with me and Brett May. You know, I think it was a joint effort between us why we got the fight pulled. You know, some might say it was all him. Some might say it was all me. I accept my, you know, and I take my accountability for my own actions in that situation, given the fact that I went down there. But, you know, it's the contract. Somebody said something about the contract. Did it say in the contract that you and Brett shouldn't do this, didn't do that? There was no contract. There's never been a contract typed up. It was never in existence. You know, the lads just will say anything, you know, to desperately try and get people on side. You know, there's a side to us, a little side, you know, that might feel a little bit sorry for Brett May, but in reality, you know, the larger side of me just wants to stand him on his head, which I would do with ease, with either hand, you know, in the first couple of shots, you know, and that's just me telling it how it is. You know, I know my level, you know, and it's far, far, far above Brett May. But like I say, I wish him well. You know, the devil seems to have got his claws into Brett May, and you know, and it's sad to see, really, because, you know, he claims to be a man of the Lord and claims to be a man of God, you know, but I can't see it. You know, I really can't see it. Like I said, you know, you can't be a man of God and be a coward. They can't coexist. You know, read a Bible. But anyway, 11 minutes and 30 odd seconds. Boom. I'm sitting about this morning because I'm waiting for my my fight shorts coming in the post. I'm going to do a few sharp pads today, not much. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. You know, I've got a couple more pounds to come off. Weighing in on Friday at 3 o'clock. You know, it's not really a very pleasant fight week, but I will make the weight and I'll be absolutely fine. Thank you for listening, brothers and sisters. Boom. Have a beautiful day.